Hey everyone, it's Tom Crowder with another Rockstar Minute. We're outside BMO Field. We're about to go into a TFC game, but the Fed today just came out with big news that they didn't raise their rates today. They promised all year that they were going to do 4 rate increases, but today Janet Yellen said that she's not raising rates because she's worried about inflation. She doesn't see inflation. And the second thing she said was super interesting was that the labor market's strong, but not as strong as 2016. And I'm not surprised she doesn't see things in these 2 points. When we look at the data, inflation data isn't high. When you look at the velocity of money, and if you go to the St. Louis Federal Reserve, their own data publishes this, it's the lowest it's been in years. And when the velocity of money is a thing economists use to track how fast money is being spent in an economy, when it's low, you don't get the inflation. So that's super low. The second thing is, if you look, she thinks employment's doing really well, but if you look at labor force participation, hasn't recovered. In fact, it's the lowest it's been since like the late 1960s or early 70s. So I don't know where she's getting this data. So she didn't raise rates. Now Canada, that puts Canada into a bit of a bind. And by the way, one other thing, if you look at the Atlanta Fed's GDP forecast for the US, over the last 2 months, it's gone down and down and down. So I really don't think they're gonna raise rates in December. I hope you can hear this, by the way, with all this commotion going on in the background. But I don't think they're gonna raise rates again in December. So Canada recently raised rates, but now Canada is saying they might not raise rates. Everyone's worried of what Canada's gonna do next month, and saying if they don't raise next month, they still have an opportunity to raise later this year. If the US didn't raise now, and it doesn't look like based on their own data that they're looking at, they're gonna raise in December, how's Canada gonna raise this year? And we're not saying that's the right thing to do, but based on their own data points, how are they going to? So we think we're in for this weird period where rates are likely not going up, even though most people have accepted that rates are going up. We might be in a world where if they go up, we're talking tiny points over very extended periods of time. So the Fed's announcement today that they didn't raise rates, and the stuff that they're going to analyze to decide about raising rates in December tells us there's a good chance they're not raising rates again in December, which means Canada will hold rates as well. So hopefully you find that useful. Till next time, your life, your terms.